Dr. Redacted, and we're fucking drinking at Moe's, motherfucker.
This is Drinkin at Mo's, where we talk about the pros of pro wrestling in the Midwest while sipping on some brews with blessed beers and wrestling. That's my scene. Death matches and lucha libre, it's also mean. I'm a straight up smart goofball, not no kiss ass. I stand tall when it comes to wrestling. I'm the king. I know every move, every fling. Get ready for a wild time with Drinkin at Mo's, where we don't quit. Drinkin at Mo's, that's where it's at. Like a power bomb, we hit hard, never flat. Fucking right, we're living the dream. Talking about wrestling, oh it's a scream.
You know, I've always said here at Drinkinatmos, just because it says drinking at Mo's does not mean it has to be alcoholic. So I'm happy to say Drinking at Mo's is sponsored by Prince Nana Coffee. The exact same guy you see every week on Dynamite, on Collision. Yes, he has his own coffee, and it's freaking delicious. They don't even roast those beans until you've placed your order. And you might be telling me, hey, Big Mo, I'm more of a tea guy. They got you covered there too. Use the referral link in the description of this video. And let's get you dancing like Prince Nana with Prince Nana Coffee. All right, everybody, welcome to Drinking at Mo's. Big Mo here. You know the drill by now. YouTube, if you will, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good shit. Because YouTube's algorithm continues to be a pain in my ass. We are also on most major audio platforms too. Don't forget about those. Today, I'm excited to have with me, finally, everybody knows how much of a fan of the hardcore deathmatch style that I am. And this guy, oh, I've been wanting to have him on for a while now. Dr. Redacted, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, brother. I'm happy we could finally get this together.
Oh yeah, me too. Like, funny enough, we had it scheduled before we had to, postpone. Yeah. But I had John Wayne Murdoch on again. And, I was having, I've had him on before. And, sometimes I like to ask who they think should get their flowers, have, some shine put on them. He mentioned you without even knowing that I was already in the process. Oh yeah,
John's a good guy. We like John.
Oh yeah, I nothing but great things to say about him. He gave I've had a couple instances with the podcast with different stuff that I consider like sense of validation sort of things.
Yeah.
One was I was with my family at the zoo here in Omaha and somebody recognized me. That's and nice. And seeing the reaction on my parents' face when they realized that, oh, this little podcast that their son is doing is actually getting recognized.
Yeah.
Was something. And then John Wayne Murdoch himself told me he doesn't do many podcasts anymore, but he'll do mine.
Hell yeah. That's so sick.
That was pretty awesome. That definitely something I won't forget. But first thing I like to start off with, first question I like to ask everybody when they first come on, what got you started as a fan, and then what got you deciding to make the leap into the business?
Younger me, definitely someone had just gifted me the old LGN, like the rubber figures.
Oh yeah,
that just had their arms up like this. They couldn't move or anything. Had the classic Hillbilly Jim, had the Andre the Giant, the Hogan, and you see it on TV, it sparks your interest. I remember specifically as a kid that one on the cable channel that would loop and it would tell you the schedule that was on.
Yeah.
One of the upcoming, I think it was In Your House, but it was The Undertaker and all the heels putting him into the casket, and then they burn the casket or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, this guy's crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah. And then growing up more, being a New Yorker, so I have ECW in the backyard, I have access to all the other shows. I was always just like hooked, like instantly. And I'm a little bit older than you probably think, so getting to get that like the Attitude Era from like beginning to end, like, and just being old enough to like enjoy it
there
was
for the whole
thing. Yeah, the whole ride. All right.
Yep.
Which, looking back, a lot of that stuff doesn't hold up too well, and it's not too great now. But it, like, at the time, wrestling was just so hot, and that was sick to me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some stuff from back then doesn't hold up too well. Like
just a lot of the wrestling in general isn't very good. But like a lot of the vignettes or segments, we'll say, are pretty in poor taste.
Like the old choppy pee-pee.
Yeah. Or just the fact that any woman's match was like a bra and panties match.
Yeah. Although, before we get into why you decided to make the leap into the business, you brought well, shit, that just dropped down. But you brought up the the LJNs. I actually I had to get this because Matt Cardona has the major wrestling figure podcast, the major bendies and stuff, the big rubber guys. Well, when I heard they were making an Ethan Page one, I had to get it.
Respect.
Oh yeah. Well, try to get that back in there. There we go. It's there now. But yes, that when you brought up the LJNs, that made me think of those because I got a little bit of a collection behind me here.
I've noticed. But hey, I respect it. Let's go.
All right.
I love a good collection. Collecting in general is such a good thing. I feel like everybody should have some sort of collection. Nobody should go broke over it, but I respect collecting.
Very, very true. Nobody should go past what they know they can afford.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't need anybody going broke.
Please and thank you.
There's enough stuff out there that gets people going broke. They don't need the collectibles. Doesn't need to be one of them. All right. So,
and then I would. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So, with what got you deciding to make the leap into the business?
So, I never thought I would actually do it, but I used to like work a lot of concerts and stuff like that, local music scene, and one of the venues I worked at, the guy that like owned it was also like trying to start up a school, and he's like, "Hey, I know you're the wrestling guy, and you're pretty athletic. You want to try this out?" And me just being like, yeah, like, because at that time it wasn't like you could just go. I didn't even have a cell phone at the time. That's how long ago this was. This was not that time where you could just pull up a phone and be like, "There's 5 wrestling schools within a 10-mile radius of me." No, it was like there was maybe, I think at the time, 1 wrestling school in Long Island that I know of that I could have gone to. But this guy was like offering me a deal and this and that, and I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I made that. It was a pretty miserable experience at first. I definitely left wrestling, came back, and then the second time was a little bit more enjoyable.
That's good that time was a little more enjoyable because I know, I've heard so many stories about, especially that first part of training. Definitely, I mean, it's known as the part to weed out those that don't really want to be in it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that, to be honest, there's probably a good reason it's that way because, you get those people that think, oh, this will be easy. Or whatever. And then they get in there and I had a taste of it in a pro wrestling boot camp once. And good Lord, just that one boot camp, I was walking funny for about a week.
Yeah. That first time you hit the ropes, you're like, oh, that's no joke.
Yep, that is so true. Oh my God.
That's real deal shit. Jeez.
Yeah, and that funny story, that boot camp was actually at the convention center that was attached to the hotel I was put in the night before I left for Navy boot camp. So I got the hugest laugh of, haha, I left here going to one boot camp. Now I'm coming back for another.
Yeah, right. Joke's on you.
Yeah. But no, that was it was a fun time getting to go back and like that particular thing was funny because I could still recognize like walk right to at every MEPS hotel there's like a room you go into after you check into the hotel where you check in with the MEPS people and
Yep.
like I could walk right to where that room was and it was funny because the doorknob was taken off and you could look in and it was used as a storage room then.
Yeesh.
Yeah. No, MEPS moved on somewhere else.
It's funny.
Oh well. But a couple of things I was wanting to talk to you right off the bat. You know, talking about being a New Yorker, you also do a lot. I mean, you do a lot all over the place, but one
Yeah.
other place that I've seen you do a lot at is, the Chicago area. And New York, Chicago, known for some very intense personas. Dr. Redacted, definitely one of those. Like, you watch some of your matches, and it's like, me being a fan of that style, I'm like, oh, I love this.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you see some other people, like, might look and like, holy crap, that guy's nuts.
Yeah. I've definitely had a few people that were like, hey, I was afraid to approach you because I thought you were going to be that way. And I'm like, I mean, you could find out.
Oh yeah, no, and it's funny for me thinking back because like I've had times where I'm watching deathmatch wrestling, and one time my mother-in-law walked in, and she's like, "Isn't that illegal?" And
Yeah.
you got your iPad. Just watch what your pimple popping videos on your damn iPad. You're fine. Or one time, I believe it was for H2O wrestling.
Yep.
Nothing but love for those guys. Although they're moving, they're on a bit of a hiatus.
Yep.
But that roster, nothing but great stories from them. But remember watching a match one time, and my wife will watch every once in a while with me.
For sure.
Well, it wasn't all death match that show, and it got to the death match, and some carpet strips were getting used, and she was like, "Oh, is that carpet strips?" Ah. So, yeah, no, some of the stuff that you've been involved in, like, I love it, but there's definitely a reason that I've had talks with people before that deathmatch wrestling in particular is maybe not the subgenre of wrestling that you want to start a new person off on.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody, but I mean, when you you're like me and you gravitate towards those intense personas, you can't help but love it. But when it comes to Dr. Redacted, how did that come about? Because I know the first little bit in a wrestling career can be kind of a feeling out process while you're figuring out, you know, what fits for you, what's really gonna resonate with you, which, you know, usually in turn resonates with the fans because they can sense that authenticity that you're not just playing a part that somebody says, hey, we're gonna have you be this.
Yeah. So at the time I was doing a gimmick called Dr. Cube for a company called Kaiju Big Battle. And the pandemic, I was doing it like on the indies just to keep the name in the back of everybody's mind so that people didn't forget. Some people backstage at Kaiju didn't really care that like I was getting gigs that they weren't. So that we parted ways, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And there was a flyer where like I was Dr. Cube was advertised and they made them take it down and some fan wrote Dr. Redacted and I was like, man, that's pretty catchy. So there's some fan somewhere in New England that came up with the name of it and I just ran with it. So shout out to
Hey.
them. I don't know who they are. I said this before. Thank you. Um so then I didn't have to wear this stupid mask anymore, both of them. So it was just what I wanted to do. Did I ever think in a million years I'd be a pro wrestler who was like a evil doctor or something like that, or like a murder surgeon? No.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. But then just took it, ran with it, and here we are.
Hey,
So
yeah.
worked
I
out
mean,
well.
oh yeah. No, definitely has. Like, I know whenever I hear Dr. Redacted's on the card, I'm like, oh, I gotta pay attention to this, because like one of the parts about your matches, like straight from the beginning, intensity, because like you get out there and you have definitely one of those entrances that is like, I kind of wish that I'd be in attendance. Like, you're getting up there almost like, I know with like Nick Gage, it's like the fans are starting almost a damn mosh pit. With you, it's like you're starting the mosh pit with them.
It's really funny because lately, my lovely other half, she'll point out to me, she's like, you can tell for some people that it's their first time finding out who Dr. Redacted is, and some people they're asking for it. But there'll be some people that don't see it coming at all, and they go back 3 rows, and then
yeah, I've seen a couple of those, and I'm like, oh shit.
yeah, whoops.
You can't help but chuckle a little bit at that, because it's like, you can almost sense it coming, like somebody not totally paying attention, and then all of a sudden,
prepared,
like, holy it. Sometimes, like, I've even seen some people behind the people that are prepared for it that are kind of like, whoa.
I've learned if they're standing up, then that means that it's, you've opened the door. If you're standing up at the beginning, then that means I can come on in.
Oh yeah. Much like I take when people like kind of just open the door for a joke, that oh god, I'm the type that, man, if you don't want me to joke around, do not give me an opening, because like I'll know there's certain situations that it's not appropriate. Like,
for sure.
I can sense that.
You can read the room.
Oh yeah. No, you definitely need to read the room. But I can tell when I know it's appropriate. When you give me an opening, I'm gonna take it. Oh god, like I'm the fan. Even on commentary, I bring that same energy. I'm that fan that I'm wanting to get somebody to crack. Like, I don't, whether it's one of the wrestlers, referee, commentator, whoever, I'm on a mission to get somebody. I've had people before the show even started. That was something. But like, I've had times with Mike Bennett in particular. Like, it was very shortly after the whole Undisputed Kingdom really got going.
Okay.
And, Roderick Strong had the whole, "That up!" where he'd scream it. I'm just getting over allergies, so I can't really scream it right now. But there was a moment in a match where, like, the crowd had just died down a little bit. And I couldn't help myself. He was in the corner, and I just yelled it out. And you can tell he was like he was trying to hide it. And I spoke with him after the show, and he's like, "Dude, you popped the hell out of me." I'm like, yes. And I even got Luther, Tony Storm's butler.
Yep.
I even got him on a Collision taping. I was like right behind the announce desk, and it was right after Tony Storm said the whole in a promo, Mariah May slapping the tits off her opponent. Well, same thing. Tony Storm in a match, and I just yell out, "Slap her tits off!" And he just, yeah. See, I'm that guy. I'm that guy in the
He's
show.
That guy.
Yep, I am. But man, I love all the way through the entrances. It's with you. Like, there are those entrances out there that make you want. Like, for me, make me wish I were there. Yours definitely one of them, because I would definitely be one of those standing up like, oh man, let's go. Or like Nick Gage's entrances, being out there and just like, I've often said that I don't even care if I'm front row, if I'm standing against the wall in the back, I don't care. I just want to be in the middle of it.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no, tons of fun. And, you know, you've had intense battles pretty much all over, even international. Like, I know mentioned before recording, Madman Pondo does a lot over there with Big Japan. You've been over there for Big Japan, and man, I gotta ask, because I love talking to people that have been over to Japan. What was it like for you? Because for those that are fans of that style, Japanese deathmatch, whole nother freaking level.
Oh yeah. Okay, so right now, I'm going to be honest. I'm putting it out there. America is the top dogs right now.
Right now, yes.
Yes. At one point, Japan was, but right now, America are the top dogs. And listen, I'll say that with total pride. We are crushing it right now.
That you are correct.
When I first got there, I was really nervous. It was really exciting. And then I realized our first show was in the parking lot of like a bathhouse that I wasn't allowed to go into because I had tattoos. So I was like, okay, first show, it's in a parking lot. That's still cool though. That's still cool. It's the summer. It's in 1,000,000 trillion degrees out, but we're okay. We're here.
Yeah.
It was great. Japan is fantastic. Wrestling in Korakuen Hall was one of the coolest things ever. Getting in the magazine was really cool. Japan in general is just great. I love the food. I'm here for all. I don't fuck with seafood or eggs. Those are like my two big ones. And mushroom. Those are my top three. But I found ways around all that stuff there. The food is so good. It's so cheap. I love it. I can't wait to go back. June is going to be sick.
Nice.
We're going back in June, challenging Takeda for that ICW American Deathmatch Championship. Gonna come back with that shit. My carry-ons just got a lot heavier. That's all I'm saying.
I'm looking forward to that. And you know, you would be, you know, making your own notch on wrestling history over there. I mean, heck, there's already you know, we've talked about Madman Pondo. There's him having helped out a lot of guys getting over there.
Yeah.
There's one guy I know that another former guest of mine who's making waves over there right now, being one of the few, try to make sure I'm pronouncing this right, Gaijin deathmatch title holders over there, Akira, killing it.
Yep, sure is.
So that's awesome. Another little connection that, you know, I've been able to build between, you know, Madman Pondo, him and you. I'm loving it. And, you know, you talked about Korakuen Hall, one of the famous venues in the world for professional wrestling, regardless of deathmatch or beyond.
Just wrestling in general.
Wrestling in general, yes. That would poke myself with that thing there. But that's what I get for fidgeting around when I'm recording. But I got to talk about one in particular because I was watching this live.
Sure.
Another historic wrestling venue that you've performed in, Hammerstein Ballroom, with that crazy DLC ladder match combining the Extreme and ultra violent titles for GCW. Man, that match was nuts.
It was like a deathmatch all-star game. That was crazy.
Man, the amount of star power in there, you included. I know, oh God, another Matthew Justice who I've ran into at Sammy Callahan's promotion, Revolver. Like, okay, that guy, great to talk to, but man, you get him out in front of that camera, in front of the crowd. Talk about a madman! Like there
Yeah,
was,
no, we went right off that ladder through that table. That was
yeah,
crazy.
like I've seen a match where it was kind of it was like a version of War Games without, the multiple rings and cages, where everybody was bringing out their weapons. He brought out a scaffold.
That makes complete sense, though. That makes
Yeah,
complete sense.
complete sense when you think of all this stuff that like he's dove off of or dove through. Just oh god, like I've joked before, and with each of these guys, that before Second Gear Crew split up, that it's like, man, your guys' matches might as well be sponsored by Home Depot.
Yeah, at this point, sure.
I mean, there's some death matches that, might as well just be sponsored by Home Depot with all the stuff that gets pulled out in some of these. Like,
if Home Depot was smart, that's what they would do.
You get the trash cans, the ladders, the
chairs,
gusset
plates, the whole nine. The light tubes, everything.
Everything.
Depending on the location, the barbed wire too.
Very true. Yeah, no, that
not all locations, but
not all locations. But man, you've also been, you've been kind of a death match ambassador, really. Like good Lord, all the places you've gone from. I know Ruthless Pro.
Yep,
done a lot of stuff there. Shout out to my dude P-Pod. I know he does a lot of commentary there. Nothing but love for that guy. We're actually the Fantastic League of Wrestling that I'm podcast partner with. He also does commentary there. So we're kind of working together. Kind of.
It's one of my Magic the Gathering buddies.
Yeah. I'm relatively new in the game.
Oh, okay.
For Magic. My brother-in-law got me introduced, and I've gotten a few decks that I've built that I'm rather proud of, including one that's black and green, pretty much just a shit ton of Death Touch. Like the whole freaking deck.
Death Touch Tribal. Let's go. Commander deck?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The best format.
Oh yeah. And oh god, there's been some that I've gotten some relatively valuable ones. Oh god, Dragon. I pulled that card out of a pack.
That's a big one.
There's one before we get into some categories. You know what? Hell, we're on a Magic rant here because like I said, relatively new.
Yep.
So I'm always loving getting to talk to people about it. Trying to remember the other. Like I got gifted a couple pre-cons that I was like I turned one into a landfall dinosaur deck.
That's sick. I run a dinosaur deck. That's good.
Oh yeah, I've gotten some great ones there. I'm looking forward to this Dragonstorm set.
It's out. It's good. I got some cards ready.
I have the pre-release box.
Oh, yep. We got one of those too.
I got one of those. I'm wanting to get one of the bundles. I want to get one of the bundles because maybe I'll have even more luck because I got, oh god, what's that card? Like, okay, newbie, so I don't have some of the.
Yeah. Listen, I'm new to it too. I'm only like a year in, so I get it.
So we're in that together. Yeah. In the Dragonstorm set, there's the Planeswalker that
Ugin
is it's a white, mono white, that one of the big things is if there should be one or more tokens made.
Okay.
You get twice that many.
Is it the Wandering Emperor? Or is it Ugin?
She looks like an angel.
I forget the name. Elspeth.
I think that might be, yeah.
Yeah, Kenzie just pulled that card at pre-release.
I got that in the pre-release, and
yeah.
I put that specifically in my Balin the Haymaker deck, where I got a whole bunch of token production in there, which it's gonna be funny for me because I also got doubling season in there, so all of that into
yep, that's nasty.
Two things to double and just get that much more, like
token guy over here.
Oh God, if I get both of those out at the same time,
yeah, that's a long night for everyone else.
Yep,
those are your 20-minute turns right there.
I can be a little shit like that.
Yeah, where you start playing solitaire and everyone's just waiting.
What? So okay, now I gotta ask, because since I've been introduced, there's been a couple sets in particular that I've been a particular fan of.
Okay, blame on me.
Since you've been getting started in it, what's been like one or two of your favorite sets that have been out?
I loved Bloomborough. I thought Bloomborough was fantastic.
So much of Bloomborough.
Everything about it is great. The artwork is great. The characters, the story, everything is good about it.
There's one card in particular, not to interrupt you, there's one card in particular from that set that I want really bad. And Yargra, Eater of All.
Oh, is that the
one where everything's food? And like
what animal is it though?
It looks like a big cat.
And it looks like it's on fire, like it's a flame cat. Maybe?
It's a green and black.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else then. But okay, that's cool though. I back it.
But yeah, so Bloomborough, one of them.
Bloomborough is fantastic. Right when...
Oh, you cut out there.
Give me 1 sec.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, sorry. The downside to doing this in the car. So the set that got me into it was Lost Caverns of Ixalan.
I love that one.
Set. But it was mostly because they had the Jurassic Park cards, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to get into the Transformers stuff, couldn't do it. I tried to get into the Godzilla stuff, but unfortunately, it's not actual Godzilla cards. It's all Secret Lair stuff. So it's just like, here's Godzilla's name on some whatever card, which doesn't work for me. That's not it.
Yeah.
But the Jurassic Park stuff, the dinosaurs, I was like, man, this is sick. And then from there on, it was all downhill for me.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like Thunder Junction at first, the Cowboy set, but now I'm big on it. Now there's a lot of cards I'm like, man, some of these cards, fuck.
Yep. That was one that I haven't gotten as much as others, but that was one that I've enjoyed. I know what got me introduced was actually the Assassin's Creed set.
Really? I have one card from Assassin's Creed, but I'm not a big Assassin's Creed guy. I'm more shocked that it wasn't more popular. It's like in like the community, it's viewed as like one of the less popular sets.
It was
very expensive though, to be fair.
Yeah. Although my Death Touch deck, my commander for that one is from that set.
Oh, sick. Okay.
And Bloomborough was another one that God, I got so much of that one.
I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. But
me
then I'm
either.
like, man, the artwork is great. Just like the little backstory for the characters is great.
Yeah.
Like, it was like Lord of the Rings and Redwall.
Oh, for sure. I'm trying to think.
Duskmourn was okay. Duskmourn was all right.
It was okay. I got the cards out of it that I thought I would be okay with, and then I just didn't really get too much more.
I have a red-black burn deck. It's Gev from Bloomborough.
Okay.
But there was a lot of cards that came out in Duskmorn that work very well for it and make everybody
Mm.
very annoyed. So I was like, okay, yeah, well, we'll get those.
I
The Lord
can.
of Pain, he's my guy.
Mm. Oh God, what was the other one? Foundations. That was one that
Oh,
I got a
awesome set.
ton.
Awesome.
Loved it.
The only
Not
one that I really didn't like from I guess it's this year too is Aether Drift. I was like, eh.
yeah. I got the pre-release. I did get. Oh God, the card is worth about 70, almost $70,
Damn.
and it's like a white, black, and like it's like God, and like
Yep.
you have to have like at least 7 cards exiled before it can do anything.
For sure.
But it has like lifelink, indestructible, and
Everything. Yeah. All the
everything.
bullshit. Yeah.
So I'm building one around that where I'm balancing out some stuff with lifelink and other shit in there that I'm having fun with it. But yes, this Dragonstorm, I'm really looking into going like all in on that.
It's funny because I don't love it so far. Like there's one commander I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna do this, but I'm not completely sold on it yet.
I think I'm more excited for it for upgrading my Dragon deck.
Oh yeah, easy. Easy.
Oh yeah. I think
I'm
that
sure that deck made like having Dragon in this set coming out made things a lot more fun.
oh God, when I heard about I mean dragons in the damn name, I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. And it's funny because the one deck I'm thinking about making, the only dragon in it is the commander. Everything else is not a dragon whatsoever. So I was like, oh, it's odd, but okay, here we go.
Oh yeah. And like I guess kind of going into wrestling, I guess I didn't realize how big the Magic the Gathering scene was in wrestling. Like after
It's
I got
pretty.
into it myself, I'm like,
Yep.
and talking with Peapod and some others, I'm like, wow,
Yeah,
okay.
there's a good amount of people that play. You'd be shocked. It shocks
I
me every time. It shocks me every time.
oh yeah, and like I don't know, growing up, I tried getting into it a little bit, but
Same.
then every time that I be going and getting packs, it wasn't like where there'd be a land or two sprinkled in there. I would be getting mostly lands where it was like, well, I can't do shit with this.
Yeah, exactly. When you're younger, I could see it being like it's funny because when I go to play, I'll see a lot more younger people there now. But like to me, I wouldn't have been able to play that when I was younger. I would have been like, nah. But now I'm happy. When I say younger, I mean like teens. I feel
Yeah.
like I wouldn't have had the patience for it. But now I'm like, I'm in. I'm all in. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Like I just remember when my brother-in-law introduced me that I was like, well, I knew that he played and
Yeah.
like I'd see how much fun he would have with it and like it got me curious. Well, then I told him and then I would sit in on some games and then what was it, last 4th of July? Yeah, it was where one of my wife's cousins who also plays actually brought me over a couple precons and said, here, these are for you. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, that's where I actually built the one of them I redid for the landfall dinosaur one. Like I got a shit ton of landfalls and dinosaurs and shit in there.
That's so sick.
Oh yeah. I haven't been able to play as much lately because the game store near me that has Magic nights are on Tuesdays, and well, that just seems to be a very popular day for people to want to record.
Yeah, that's also just a weird day to do it too. You'd think weekends would be better, but
there's 2 of those stores with the same name, and one of them has one on like Saturday or Sunday, but that's like on the other side of town.
Got
Where
it.
the one that I've been going to that has the Tuesday one, I could literally walk there.
Oh shit, that's sick. That's sick. That's real. That's dangerous. Actually, that's
Yeah,
yikes.
yeah. I've had to keep it in check, especially with the the
Yeah,
little one.
the other investment.
Yeah, yeah. Oh God, hell, talk about that. My wife had to actually get me to stop buying him toys before he even got here because, okay, I'll admit, okay, I'm going on another tangent here,
Yeah.
but back in 2022, my wife and I were pregnant with twin girls. They weren't due until like November, but complications came up and they showed up in late July.
Oh,
They only made it about a week.
yeah.
And the I try not to live with too many regrets. I always like to think, man, whenever my time comes, I'd rather have a whole bunch of holy shit, I did that than
Yeah, for
I
sure.
wish I did that. But a big regret I had from back then was I never got to give them any toys. I always figured a little girl deserves to have their daddy getting them a toy or something. Even little boys, they deserve
Yeah,
dad them some. So when I found out we were pregnant with our son, which I can hear him upstairs giving my wife a little hell right now, but I remember telling myself, damn it, I'm getting this kid stuff before he even gets here. And like there'd be wrestling stuff, like
Ah,
stuff like cartoonish looking versions of like WWE wrestlers.
yeah, for sure.
I got like a Bray Wyatt in his last run. There's one of him. I got him that. I
That's
got
so sick.
I got a Cody Rhodes one. I actually got growing up. It was always pro wrestling and Ninja Turtles for me.
Yep.
Boom, Michelangelo.
Funny enough, over the weekend, someone had just gifted me a figure of Michelangelo as the Macho Man.
I've seen that. I love
It's
that
dope.
one.
It's dope. I was so excited. I was like, oh,
Oh, and hell, okay. Before, man, we've gotten off on a non
yeah, we've
wrestling
gone a bit of a
tangent here.
tangent. We gotta get back on track.
We got to get back on track. But bringing up Michelangelo, I have actually met the voice of Michelangelo from the original cartoon.
Oh, that's sick,
Boom,
dude. That's
signed
dope.
by him.
That's dope.
Oh yeah. All right, back on the wrestling
Back
stuff.
on track.
Back on track. I have a couple categories here.
Sure.
One's a bit of a name game where I name off some people. You give me some quick thoughts on them. And each of these people, one you have a history with, which I've seen. You've at least either shared a ring with them, or at the very least shared a locker room with them.
Yep.
And each of these people has also been on the podcast.
Hell yeah.
First one, we've talked a little bit about him. John Wayne Murdoch.
Locker room leader, one of my favorites. Matches I always look forward to.
Oh yeah. Oh God. He can play the good guy, but man, the way he can get the crowd going, being the bad guy, there's just something about it.
He can do either of them, and he can do it. He does it damn well. It's the best part about him.
Oh, that is very true. Next up, a guy that when I've had him on, much like John Wayne Murdoch, I've had him on twice, and I'll admit, when I first had him on, I don't know if I really saw him as like a big deathmatch guy, but man, he can go at both. Really, he's proven it. And doing great work with TWE right now, and hell, even running some of his own shows. Jameson Shook.
Oh, we had one good match together. Well, we only wrestled once, so I shouldn't say it that way. We had a good match together. Would wrestle him again. Really nice young fella. Would do it again.
Oh yeah, I've had a couple of
I heard
great
nothing but good things about that show. I didn't watch the show, shame on me, but I heard really good things about it.
Oh yeah, like heck, both of his shows that he's ran have both been pretty dang solid.
Sick. That's great. I love that place too. TWE Chattanooga, one of
Oh
my favorite
man,
places to go to. I absolutely love it.
that TWE arena, yeah, it might be smaller, but hell, man, they can pack in the crowds there, and
Good crowd too. Good people. Good.
oh
Just overall love it.
oh yeah, they god dang the the way the crowd sounds like I can just imagine actually being there. But man, that crowd when they get them packed in there the way they do, ooh, you can just sense the
Yep.
excitement and how loud it could possibly be in there.
I'm telling you, it's different. If you ever get a chance, make it out to an ICW weekend there or any show. But I'm going to say ICW because I'm always there for those.
Actually, ICW was actually my first introduction to the TWE arena. It was one of the pit fighter shows.
Yep.
Yeah.
No pit fighter this time though. No pit fighter this time. 2 days of the chains. So that's kind of cool though.
Oh yeah. No, the chains is still something special. You know, you take out the ring ropes and you just got the chains there. That leads to some intensity for sure. All right. I'm not always drinking alcohol on the show.
Hell yeah.
I'm a Dr. Pepper fiend. All right. Next up, a guy. Okay, I have been lucky enough to talk with, I might be mistaken, but all but one member of the group that this guy is in, the Coven of the Goat. Hillbilly Nathan Mowry.
Love him. One of my best friends, actually. We just spent time. We were just so normally whenever we have the Chattanooga shows, him and his other half, they drive us around. This time they came to the Midwest, so we got to drive them around. So
Nice.
yeah, the good road, good on the road partner, one of the best to get in the ring with. He's got a great future ahead of him. Love Nathan.
Oh yeah, I remember it was funny for me because when I recorded with him was actually right before I recorded with Judge Joe Dredd. And like he talked to me about the match with him.
Yep.
And then Judge Joe Dredd and I talked about the match with that same match.
Yep.
It was just funny getting both sides of that. And like I learned like, oh god, it was a fun conversation with Nathan Mowry, going like back to, you know, doing stuff with the DDP yoga and that, and then going into the conversation with Judge Joe Dredd. And I learned very quickly, much like myself, be very careful with walking into something where he can, you know, shoot that little jab at you.
Yep.
Because when he's in character, man, he sees that opening, he's gonna take
He'll let you have it.
Oh yeah. I slipped up one time, but he made me aware of that's how he did his interview. So I'm like, hey, if I'm prepared for it ahead of time, we're good.
Yeah.
I'm like, as long as I can prepare myself ahead of time and I'm not like, oh shit, okay. Yeah. I'm a Navy veteran. We thick skin. We
for sure.
All right, now last but not least here, a guy that, like, we talked about him a little bit, making waves over in Japan right now, the Death Fighter Akira.
Fellow Godzilla fan. We've wrestled a few times. That's I don't really have too much. We don't talk as much as we should probably.
Yeah, no, he like the one like I kind of knew this about him, but man, one hell of a well-spoken individual. Like you, like good Lord, some of the stuff we talked about, it was like some of the, not to say that I've had any unintelligent answers given or unintelligent people. Like I'm damn near 350 episodes in now.
It's pretty sick.
But man, one intelligent, well-spoken individual right there. And it's almost, I don't know what makes, if it makes it a little more scary that such an intelligent, well-spoken individual can go into the place where you often have to be in deathmatch wrestling. It's a whole nother animal.
Sure is. Sure is.
All right. Now I got some random questions. Some wrestling related, some not. Some, yeah, just stuff that I randomly thought about when putting together my notes.
Okay.
So first one, with some of the matches you've been in, I'm probably sure there's a lot to choose from here, but craziest in-match moment for you?
Oh man, there's so many.
I can imagine.
I guess injury wise, would be the match I had with Orenvite in Colorado, where my arm gets split open, and the referee's like, "Hey, I can see the inside of your muscle," and I'm just
God.
like I'm not even in pain. I'm just like, please, just wrap it up. We got a lot to do here. Like I'm big
Sabu
on like,
taping
I'm big on not like, I don't mail it in. I'm one of those people that's foot on the gas pedal. Let's go, go, go. And it was so early in the match, and I was just like, no, we got to see how far we can get this. I'll do it until like my arm feels like it's going to fall off. So it was just get the towel, get some tape, let's go. And we did. It was miserable, but we did.
Oh man, that would definitely fit. I've been fortunate, I guess might be a weird choice of words, but I've definitely witnessed my fair share of crazy moments, just from a fan perspective, being there in person. Like, I guess the infamous spot now, the AEW Dynamite, what was it? The street fight between Adam Copeland and John Moxley.
Okay. Oh, the bat
with the nail board.
Yeah, whatever that thing is. Yeah, that nasty looking thing. Yeah.
I was third row for that one.
Oof.
Right by the entrance. Like,
how was it pulling it out? They never showed the pull-out video. How was it of them trying to get it out?
Oh God, you could see, like, I don't know if there was like little hooks on there or something, but man, when they were trying to pull it out, like, I'll demonstrate with my shirt. You could literally see the skin. With it, and I was just like, ow.
Yep. And none of that seems good.
They finally got it out, and you could literally see the individual streams of blood coming out from each of the holes.
Yeah. Ugh, no thanks.
My video and my little clip that I posted on YouTube from my point of view, literally in 24 hours got to like 11,000 views.
As it should. Pretty insane clip.
Oh God, it was nuts. And then, I mean, I've seen fire used twice in one match. That was nuts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've witnessed my fair share of craziness. Now, I like to ask anybody that's even dabbled in deathmatch wrestling this question. What is a weapon you would avoid being used in a match if you had the choice?
I'm not huge, which is funny because I just wrestled Takeda. I'm not huge on scissors. And I'm not huge on, also funny because I'm the doctor, not huge on syringes.
Yeah. No.
I think it's a bit unnecessary, but that, hey, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying I understand there's a market, a time, and place for everything. Just my opinion.
No, I'm very much with you because, good Lord, you see some of the scissors. You see those boards where the scissors are opened, and then you're like, you're just no. Why? You're just asking for like
Yep,
I don't
a bad time. Just a bad time.
bad time, and then the
Or if you ever get the
syringes.
chance to talk to Pondo, pencils, nope,
Oh,
nope.
what was another one kind of related to that I've heard? It was actually Alex Cologne mentioned toothpicks.
Yeah, and them breaking or getting stuck in the head or wherever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like him and I were talking about it, and he's like, yeah, you might get lucky and you get the whole thing out, but you might break off the wrong piece, and then it's embedded in there, and you're getting infected and shit.
It's not a good time.
Yeah, not a good time at all. All right, now you've traveled over to Japan. You've traveled throughout the country, a lot of traveling, a lot of long trips. What is a way you like to entertain yourself when you're on those long trips, like a road trip playlist or a long flight where you have a particular movie you like to watch?
Big on the Nintendo Switch. Shout out to the Nintendo Switch. I just recently, because of my lovely other half, I've just recently got into phone games, like puzzle games and shit like that. We always have our shows to watch and everything like that. I'm trying to think of some other good ones. Yeah, really just like those. Those are pretty time consuming. I just started replaying Final Fantasy VII, so going on a flight like that, you're like, oh, it's over already, and you've done like 2 little things in the game. So
that does seem like one of those games that, different tasks could take you quite a bit.
Exactly, and it's just a great time killer.
I can imagine. I've never gotten too big into the Final Fantasy games, but once the handheld games started coming about, when the Game Boy and different stuff, that made those long trips across the state to go visit grandma and grandpa go so much quicker.
Yeah, right.
Oh God, I was just joking about that at work today. That it's like, yeah, I remember growing up and like you didn't have some of these things, and you'd just be sitting in the back of the car like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Yep. All right. Now, with the name of a show like I have, I feel like I kind of have to ask this question.
Sure.
And with I know that there's plenty of people out there that just for one reason or another don't drink. So I always say, just because it says drinkinatmos doesn't mean that it has to be alcoholic. So in that regard, favorite drink, alcoholic or otherwise?
I don't drink, but love zero sodas. Love energy drinks. I've actually had to start cutting down on the energy drinks because I took her beautiful advice. Ghost, cherry and limeade.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Or C4 Hawaiian Punch.
Ooh, that is a good one.
It's nasty how good it is. And then with Rise, it's either Rise, the Kool-Aid flavor, or the Sunny D. They're both so good.
C4, I am particularly fond of either the popsicle brand cherry one.
That one was okay, but it replaced the Starburst cherry, which is forever like one of my favorite drinks of all time. And it's devastating because the popsicle one was good, but it was like the one I went to when I couldn't find the Starburst cherry.
Ah, gotcha.
So I feel betrayed.
And then there's that frozen bombsicle one.
Yeah, that one's real good. That's a classic.
That's
a classic.
Oh, yeah.
That one in Ghost is also very good too.
You know what? I don't think I've had that one. I've been kind of stuck on the C4 ones lately.
In Ghost, it's like a red, white, and blue like can, but it's the same idea. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It tastes just like the ice pop though.
Hey, Wow, I'm not quite over the allergy thing yet. All right, but
shit happens.
Yeah, shit happens. I mean, I am, like I said, a bit of a Dr. Pepper fiend also.
Okay, now here, Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper, or Dr. Pepper Zero. It's tough because sometimes I could go either way, but
yeah,
I think Diet Dr. Pepper in this scenario takes the cake.
Yeah, I have to say that. Although I am a fan of the Dr. Pepper Zero, the
Cherry?
Dr. Pepper Cherry one.
So good, so good.
That
Fantastic.
Well, I guess they do make a zero sugar one, but the Dr. Pepper cream soda.
Not my forte, but I get it. I get it.
The regular one.
Okay.
Regular Dr. Pepper cream soda. If I get one that isn't zero sugar or diet, that's my one.
That's your go-to splurge. Got it.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
Have you ever had Cheerwine?
Yes. It's been a while, but yes.
They do a Cheerwine Zero now.
Ooh.
It's good. It's good.
That, or I don't get to see this one too much up here. I know where I can get it. It was more down south when I was with the Navy down there that I saw it. But Big Red.
I've never heard of Big Red. Never heard of that one.
It's like a bubble gum.
Okay, that's fair.
Like a bubble gum soda. It's like, oh, so good.
I'll look for it. I'll keep an eye out.
It's pretty good in my opinion. Last but not least here, best advice you have for anybody wanting to get into wrestling?
Just do it as soon as you can. Start working out. Start going. Don't wait. Don't waste time. Don't have that regret in the back of your head. That is the worst thing you can do. I understand if you have to wait to get over an injury or get over some sort of life scenario, understood. But once you can jump in, just get going with it. Don't want to wait. Don't let anything pass you by. Don't sleep on opportunities. Just go for it. There's nothing worse than I talk to some of these people and I feel so bad. They're like, yeah, I've always wanted to do it, but it's too late now. And I'm just like, why? I don't get why you just didn't do it.
Yeah,
if you can. I understand there's certain people, certain scenarios, financially, whatever.
Yeah.
Excuse me, that they can't do it. But if you can, go for it and do it.
Oh, totally. When people talk about it being too late, I often point them, just think about DDP.
Yeah.
He was relatively, late into getting started, but hey.
Mid or early 30s? Pretty crazy. Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Then when he really got going, bam, now look at him.
Yeah. He made the most of it, that's for sure.
That he did. All right. Well, that is about all I have. One, thank you so much. Finally, we got this done. But before we go, where can people find you social media-wise? So if they don't already have their eyes on the murder surgeon, they can go ahead and get them there.
So on X, Twitter, whatever it is, it's DRX Redacted. And then the same thing on Instagram and then Facebook. If you find me, I'll always add you guys. I just opened up a pro wrestling tees store because sadly Deathmatch Worldwide closed down. I think the link is pro wrestling tees, DRX Redacted again. I only got 4 designs on there right now, but because they only let you only upload so much. More stuff will be coming soon. Get on there, check it out, buy some merch. We're drinking at Mo's.
Definitely. All right. Thank you so much again, and you're welcome back. My pleasure. You're welcome back anytime.
Hell yeah.
All right. Now my issue with this fucking button.